Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Sue here, your Esoteric Empress, and I'm glad that you're joining me today. I want to talk about a topic that gets me excited. I am talking today, we're going to talk motivational, that's Mondays. We're talking about the dark room. Okay, yes, now some of you may have heard that term before, some of you may be in the dark as to what that really is, but I myself, as you guys know, love to listen to motivational messages, inspirational speeches, all of that kind of stuff that gets you going, inspire us to action, that actually compel us to do something, to move forward. Okay, with all that being said, today, that's why I chose to talk about the dark room. Now, that is the place that we all need to go to from time to time. We don't need to live the dark room. However, we need to go there periodically, every so often, in order to take stock of what is going on within us. What is going on within our minds, within ourselves, within our hearts, within our lives, our surroundings. All of these things are what we face in the dark room. Now, I've heard somebody, come to think of it, talk about this dark place before, right? The only difference is when they talk about it as it was a place of solitude, a place of recluse, a place for them to go actually to figure things out, to get away from all of the distractions of the outside world. And that is exactly what it is, so to speak. However, it's not a negative place to be. The only thing negative about it is if you remain in that dark room for too long, then everything else around you starts to become gloomy. It starts to, you take on a little bit more than what is necessary for you to move forward or to act in a positive manner. So, when I talk about this dark room, forgive me guys, yes, I am outside, and so you're going to hear traffic from time to time. I'm going to try to avoid that. But for right now, it is what it is. This place is that place where we need to go in order for us to take a mental and emotional inventory of our lives. This is the place where we need to go to say, okay, why? Why are certain things happening to me? Even though we know, I like to say from a silver lining point of view, that things aren't always happening to you. They're happening for you sometimes. They're happening through you, they're happening by you, they're happening for you. However, certain patterns are so evident that we have to go into that dark place to understand what is it that I am doing to attract this kind of response, reaction, outcome, event, whatever. Now, the last video that I did, I discussed habits. I discussed things that we ought to do in order to be successful at something. We need to foster the habits that are conducive to the successful outcome of those things. However, now, when we do go into this dark room and take this mental inventory, sometimes we have to realize that our habits are not aligning with whatever it is our goals are. This happens to all of us. This is nothing to be ashamed of. This is nothing to hide. This is something that we have to face. And in the dark room, believe it or not, you might believe that you have to be in light to see yourself in a mirror. You need light, right? You need to be able to see. However, when you go within, that dark room is that place that you need to be able to see within yourself. So, once again, the habits that we formulate, the habits that we develop and that we keep, those are the things that are going to bring about those particular results. So that dark room is going to show us, hey, who we are as a person. What are we bringing to the table? What am I doing or what am I not doing in order to reach this particular place, this particular goal, whatever it is? So I like to listen to David Goggins. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he's an awesome motivational speaker. He's not really a motivational speaker. This guy is really a Navy SEAL, well, ex-Navy SEAL. However, he tells his story so in depth, so actually it is so moving. And he actually talks about this dark room. And I had an epiphany moment listening to one of those speeches. It was like probably a 9-10 minute speech, not one of those longer ones. I listened to those too, but this one was a short one. And just the moment he said something, it dawned upon me that whatever we don't face, whatever we leave there and just let simmer and just let it fester and bubble up, eventually it's going to bubble over like a pot, left on too high, unattended. It's going to boil over, okay? And it's going to cause the adverse effects than what we went for. We were aiming for a good gourmet meal, right? But we didn't take notice to what was absolutely necessary. And what actually really dawned upon me was that whatever we don't face within ourselves, we're going to manifest it without or outside of ourselves. And hence, talking about his weight problem and all of these things that he faced when he was younger, the weight, this is something that a lot of us face. Seeing that now, of course, I don't know how many of you are still on a weight loss journey or fitness journey or whatever. A lot of us who struggle with weight, what we don't realize, number one, is our habits are actually the main thing that's causing our weight to be a problem. And number two, that what we don't face within is going to manifest on the outside. So if you're eating your feelings, if things you're not facing, emotionally facing, and you just have to go to that chocolate ice cream at nights to deal with your feelings, and you're not facing it head on, you're not going directly to what is the source of that problem for you, whatever emotional issues there are. If you're eating to solve those problems or to help comfort you, what is going to manifest is fat, weight gain, lethargy. All of these things are going to manifest from within. So in order for you to solve your weight problem, the first thing you would need to do is go within yourself and try to figure out where you're going wrong. What's going on in your mind? What aren't you facing, you guys? And so the dark room is your friend. Even if physically, literally, you have to go in a dark room, like you have to go in a closet, in the bathroom, in your bedroom, wherever it is, and close the door, you need to do that from time to time to face what you call your demons, to face those things that you don't want other people to see, those things that are so deep set within you that they anger you, they scare you, they make you feel frustrated and anxious, they hurt you. So you have to become friends with that thing or those things that are causing you problems. The only way you're going to meet them, remember that song Eminem and Rihanna? Oh, it's getting hot. I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. That is very important. Get along with the voices inside of my head. Those voices are real. those are parts of your mind telling you, one part compelling you to do positive things, one part urging you to do something against that's just comfortable, something that you're used to, that you're familiar with. So all of those parts you have to get to know. All of those parts, you're never going to conquer those parts, the negative parts, if you don't face them, honey. Just so simply put, you have to face your demons. And the only way you're going to do that is by going within. So the only way we're going to solve our problems, whether they're personal, interpersonal, social, whatever problems we are going, marital, all of that, we're going to have to face ourselves. Even in a relationship, it takes two people, okay? And if one of those persons have not found the healing, let's say from pains of the past relationships, from their exes, all of these stuff, if one of those people never faces those problems, never goes within themselves to say, something, I could have done this differently, or I see where I went wrong. Not to say beat yourself up, because you're not going hard. This is not about going hard on yourself. This is actually about going actually easier on yourself, trying to help yourself solve this problem before it becomes an insurmountable problem. So even in a relationship, like I said, let one party not find the healing that they need, they're going to destroy the relationship. They're going to destroy the morale of their partner. They're going to actually destroy, do self-sabotaging things that are going to break down the relationship bit by bit. So it is very important for us as individuals to go within, to solve our own problems first. And a lot of times people have issues, trying to figure out, what's rational from what's not rational. What part of their mind something is telling them, urging them to do certain things. The only way you're going to understand what that urge is if you go within, you know. There's so much I can say on this topic, but that the main focus, the main point was to talk about the dark room that you need to go into. We know manifestation itself takes place in the dark, okay? Call it dark energy, call it whatever you want to call it. We know this universe was formed from the formless. There was no light, there was no form, there was no time, there was none of that. And so that was what we call the initial dark room. That's the dark place. Just like when you plant a seed in the ground, it's dark down there. Like the only thing that actually helps that seed to germinate and start to grow is when you shine light upon it. But the actual process takes place, just like conception of human beings, animals. Conception takes place in the dark. That is where creation happens, you guys. And it's so, if you think like that, if you start to understand that, you will not be afraid to face your demons. You will not be afraid to face yourself. Sometimes just looking in a mirror, just standing up and facing yourself, looking yourself deep and square in the eyes, ask yourself these questions. What can I do to better myself and to better those who encounter me or who I encounter? How can I be a blessing? What can I do, simply do for humanity, for the earth, for my family, for my workplace, my business, whatever it is? Look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that you are able to do it. That all of these things that may seem as challenges that happened for you only happened for your growth, for your progress, for your advancement. And you will find more and more you become stronger, you become more confident, you become more enlightened and more empowered by doing that. The dark room, you guys, go there more often. It's nothing to be afraid of. This is the place of creation. This is the place of understanding. This is where you get that deep-seated awareness of self. And without knowing yourself, how can you know anything or anyone else? You've got to get to know who you are. And the God within yourself is able, limitless, and capable of doing all things. Therefore, the only way you can start to become that superhuman that you are striving toward becoming is to face your true self, that inner self. That's the real you. So you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've already done that. If not, go right ahead and do so. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for coming back over and over again. Subscribe, hit the notification. That's the only way you're going to know when I'm back with another great video. But I'm going to let you go now. Get on with your business. Let that just, sink in a little bit. Don't be afraid of the dark. That's where all formation and all creation lives. And manifestations. So guys, thanks for watching. Love you. Until I come back with another great one. Peace out. Blessed be. Namaste. Bye.